everyone, and welcome to Our Ventura. I'm your host, Sandra Siepak, and today our special guest is Mr. Tony DiRaimondo. He is the representative from the organization in Ventura County called For the Troops. Welcome to our show, Tony, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
We really want to let people know about this wonderful organization started by Miss Paula Cornell, who I had the wonderful pleasure to meet. She's a wonderful, wonderful woman.
She's a great lady.
Very, very impressive organization. And what you do, basically, so I can tell people real quick, is you put boxes together for the troops overseas. And this includes men and women.
Right.
And these boxes go to them as a care package. Basically,
Correct.
Something from home that has all kinds of goodies in it.
Yes.
And they really, really benefit from that. Tell us a little bit about the boxes and how it comes to the servicemen and women and how you get them out there.
Well, first of all, the contents of the boxes were really originated from the troops over a long period of time. They would send us requests, what they needed, what was important to them.
Okay.
And some of the things will blow your mind. I mean, baby wipes is the number one thing.
And who would think that baby wipes would be something that guys would want?
Guys that are out in some godforsaken place over in Afghanistan or Iraq or someplace, they really come in very handy.
Right.
But things like that, things like lip balm, things like Q-tips, things like granola bars, things that we take for granted here. When we run out of them, we run down to 7-Eleven and we buy them.
Right.
Well, they're out in places where that's not an option.
Right.
And they get these things, most of the times they don't expect it, they don't know it's coming, and it makes their day. It makes them feel so wonderful.
Well, you're out in the middle of nowhere, and when you get a box from home with all these goodies in it, we're going to talk about the box, what it has in it. It's amazing how much you can pack in a box to make somebody, really smile.
You really can, and because they're not expecting it, because they see it as a gesture of kindness and, wow, you really care that we're out here?
Absolutely.
My God, you're our heroes. Yes, we care a lot how much what you're doing.
Well, For the Troops is a nonprofit organization in Simi Valley, and they have lots of volunteers. I had the pleasure to go down there and visit all of you. It's a wonderful organization where it's like an assembly line. Basically, you've got people of all ages helping put these boxes together for the troops. Right. And when I went down there, I even met a 93-year-old volunteer that you have who comes and devotes her time. And how wonderful is that to see all these people that come and be a part of all this and get these boxes out to everybody. And Paula is the big trooper. Paula Cornell is kind of the ringleader of all this and gets those boxes out every week. How many boxes each week?
Well, about 2,000 a month.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
that's great.
Since 2006, we're in excess of 110,000 boxes have been sent out.
Okay. Yeah. And who pays all the postage?
We beg, borrow, and we raise money. That's our biggest expense is postage. To get it from Simi Valley to the APO on the East Coast. Right. From there, the Defense Department delivers it to the troops. But that is our, by far, biggest expense.
So basically, you really rely on donations coming in to cover those expenses.
Completely. Right. Completely. Okay. Most of the items that are in the box are donated by very generous companies and people. We go to stores and we do a raising. We give them the wish list as they walk into the store.
I did pick up one of these wish lists, and I got to tell you, when I was reading through it, I was like, really? They want like batteries and noodles and little applesauce fruit cups and things like that. What an incredible thing, though, and you do put those in.
We put them in. We ask people to, if they'll buy them, get one or two items. And we're very grateful when they come out and they give us one or two items. We're even more grateful when they come out with a whole bag full. And there's everything on the list in there. And it's so I mean,
when I went down to watch the assembly line of everybody putting these things together, I also noticed that you put in magazines, even the comics from the Sunday paper.
Oh, absolutely.
And they really seem to like that. That's what I understand from listening to the volunteers.
And we have a male version and we have a female version. Or you might say we have a female version.
Okay.
You know, because there's some of
Well, we've got a lot of service
We've got a lot of service
out there
women.
who
Absolutely.
would like more of a girly package.
Absolutely.
And I think that's great that you can remember them too.
We do.
That's good. Now, how did you come to be a part of the organization?
Well, I'm a veteran myself. My dad was a veteran. My son served in the Army as well, and we lost him in 2004.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. He was killed in Iraq. And I don't say that lightly, but I'm a big military supporter, and so is my wife.
Right.
And when we saw what For the Troops was doing, we wanted to and had to get involved.
Okay.
And we did, and Carol and I have been staunch supporters, and I've been involved with some of their major fundraising events with the golf tournament.
Oh, good.
We chaired that for a couple of years and raised quite a bit of money. There's also a gala coming up every year. We do a military tribute.
So these fundraisers allow you to get extra money so you can send more boxes and buy more items to go in the boxes.
It's like, you know, the golf tournament ends, we made $75,000, and wow, now we can send a whole lot of packages out for the next couple of months.
But that's got to stretch a long time.
No.
Yeah, and it
no,
probably
it doesn't.
Yeah.
We get as many boxes out as we can, and then we just go out and solicit more and more organizations
so
to
if a
provide
local
us.
corporation would like to donate to you, how would they get in touch with you?
Very simply, you contact Paula Cornell. We can put up the number and the phone number.
And do you know the phone number offhand?
Off the top of my head, I don't, but you know, I can jot down
It's
here.
right here,
and look.
805-306.
306-0830.
Right, so they can call if they'd like to send in a donation or contribute to the organization.
They can go to our website.
Okay, and what is that?
www.forthetroops.org.
That's good.
And we'll take their money and very happily and very graciously take it.
Well, I know that when I went down there to see everybody working so hard, it's a labor of love. It really is.
It really is.
It's an amazing group of people. The Sycamore Village, I understand, has donated the office space in Simi Valley for you, which I was really impressed. I saw that they gave you so much office space to use, and that really gives you that advantage to have a place to come to assemble all these boxes.
Everything that we work on is all donated. We don't have one salaried employee. Nobody makes any money on this.
Right.
Everything is donated to us, from, as you said, the storefront, to the packaging materials, to the equipment that we use inside, to the sign on the front door that says For the Troops. All of that's donated to us.
Unbelievable.
And
how many years have you been in existence now?
Since 2006.
2006. Okay, good. Okay.
So 8 years now.
And I think we'll talk a little bit about the box of what we see that goes out to the troops. And this is something that's kind of a sampling of what we see. But basically here you've got, magazines, you've got cookies, little fruit snacks. Even this, I saw this was incredible too. A toothbrush and a toothpaste. Of all things, I mean, who would think that would mean so much, but it does.
And there's a great story behind a toothbrush and a toothpaste.
Oh, really?
How this organization came about.
Okay.
Paula was talking with her husband Jim one day, and she said, "You haven't brushed your teeth."
Oh, really? Okay.
And he said, "Well, in Vietnam, I didn't brush it for a whole year." And she was taken back. She said, "Why not?" She said, "Well, I didn't have a toothbrush. I didn't have toothpaste. And plus, I was trying to stay alive." And
absolutely, right. Who has time to brush their teeth when you're in the middle of
well, especially in the jungles of Vietnam,
right.
and now in deserts. But from this, Paula said, "Well, what can I do to help somebody that's over there?"
Sure.
And from there, it started. And she started gathering, what would these guys like? Who are they?
Right.
Where can I find them? And 8 years later, we've sent over 100,000 packages.
That's an amazing amount.
It really is.
Amazing. Now, I will say that we've even seen some of the letters from the servicemen who have mentioned how important this was to them when they received it. So I asked Paula if she would give me a couple letters, and she did. And many of them state that the care packages were such a moral boost for them and were such a godsend when they had nobody to even call sometimes at that point. A lot of these guys are out there, they can't even call, they can't do anything, and to get a box is such a boost to their well-being. And many of the letters that I read when I was there were thanking all of you for the incredible support to remember all of these men and women who are overseas, and certainly treasure what comes in to see, in the box.
And you know what else they love? Besides the physical, the cookies and all this stuff.
Oh, they're good too.
They are good.
Got some good things in
you
there.
should see what the Girl Scouts give. Girl Scouts gives hundreds of thousands
That's
of bucks.
great. Oh, that's wonderful.
But what they love are the letters from the children.
Is that right?
The students of Simi Valley Unified School District and many of the others here in Ventura County. They contribute letters, and
how nice.
The soldiers and the Marines and all the service people, they just love hearing from the kids, because they're so innocent.
Oh yeah.
And say, I'm overwhelmed by it myself, but it really is really moving to see what they do. And the letters that come back move us. They motivate us.
You get a lot of letters.
We get a lot of letters.
And there were books and books of letters from servicemen and women who were thanking all of you for remembering them, when a lot of times they're forgotten out there.
Well, they think they are.
Yeah.
And there are times in our society when we're not thinking of them enough. But that doesn't happen at For the Troops. At For the Troops, we are thinking of them 24/7.
Now, For the Troops has been in existence now for several years. I'm assuming you're going to continue doing this for many years to come.
We will.
But you really rely on donations.
We need money.
I mean, corporate money, money from families and individuals who would like to donate to the nonprofit organization. It's so very important to continue what you're doing.
It really is. And I encourage people, if they have the opportunity, if they're in or near Simi Valley, come and see us.
Oh yeah.
The store is open 5 days a week, every day except Friday and Sunday, and it's open from 9 until noon. So they can come in, they can see the operation, they can take part in it. They can help package up a box. They want to package up their own box and put a note in, they can do that.
And I saw that you have pretty much an assembly line working with, you've got people labeling, you've got people stuffing the boxes, you've got people wrapping the boxes.
We do.
You've got people assembling all the different items that go in the boxes. It's an incredible organization.
It really is.
And I had no idea until I picked up a flyer and saw all the good things that you did. I called Paula and I said, can I come down and visit you? And she invited me down, and you know what? It was a wonderful experience, absolutely wonderful.
It really is.
You are doing some wonderful things with For the Troops.
Well,
in closing, I just wanted to give viewers a little bit more opportunity to get in touch with you again. If you could repeat the website for them.
The website is www.forthetroops.org, and that's FOR, thetroops.org.
Alrighty.
And the telephone is 805-306-0830. Paula will take all of the phone calls at all times.
She'll recruit you to come down and work too.
Watch it. I know how much she'll recruit to get you to work.
That's right. And we want to wish you the very best with some of the fundraisers and things that you have coming up in the future. I do hope that you raise lots of money to keep these boxes coming to many of the servicemen and women out there. It's so very important. And I'm so touched that you do all this great work. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tony, for joining us today on the program, and all the best to you and your staff at For the Troops.
My pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank all of you for joining us today on Our Ventura. We look forward to seeing you next time on our show. I'm Sandra Siepak.